Hello guys, welcome back. This is Daryl. So in today's video, let's talk about some requirements and qualification you need to attain before you can be employed to teach English in Japan. You might know how to speak English, you might know how to write English, you might be coming from an English speaking country, but that doesn't mean you can teach English in Japan if you don't fit in with the requirements. If you don't fit in with the qualification, you will definitely not be allowed or not be employed to teach English in Japan. So let me list some of the requirements and qualification needed for you to be an English teacher in Japan. Are you ready? Let's go. I'm like reading directly from my phone. Okay, so I don't make mistakes. So let's go. Number one, be a native level speaker of English. What does it mean? You must not be coming from an English speaking country. If you have all it takes, you will definitely be employed. Say, let me read again. Be a native level speaker. At least speak English like English is being like you are from an English speaking country. For example, you are from Britain. You might be coming from France, but at least if you can speak the English like somebody from Britain, which English is their native language, you have number one qualification. That's the number one first thing you are supposed to know for you to teach English in Japan. At least, I read again, be a native level speaker. Natives of English are countries like Australia, Britain, America, and so on and so forth. So you might be coming from a non-speaking English country, but if you can speak almost with the same level like the natives, you have number one qualification. You can teach English in Japan, but that is not enough. There are other requirements, there are other qualifications that you need to meet up. Number two, have received an education conducted in English for at least 12 years. You must have attained at least an English, like you have studied in English for at least 12 years. That is a simple way I can explain. You must have at least studied in English for at least 12 years, which means you must be versed with English for at least 12 years interval, 12 years period, 12 years. Because you will not learn English maybe just for 3 years and you are coming to teach people's kids, whereas English is not their language. You need to be versed with the language that you are. The third qualification and requirements that you need, you must be of age not more than 60 years. You need young people to come teach. They need flexible people. They need people that are active. At least 60 years and above is retirement age in Japan, and I know in most countries. So for you to be employed as an English teacher in Japan, you must not be more than 60 years of age. At least, let's say, from maybe 18 years or 20 years right up to 60 years, you are eligible, you are qualified to apply for an English teaching job in Japan. Firstly, if you are a native. Secondly, if you have studied in English for at least 12 years. Third, if you are of age not more than 60 years, you are eligible to teach English in Japan. The next requirement, hold a driver's license. I think that is just an addition. You must not have a driver's license for you to be employed in Japan. That is just a plus to it. The third is have teaching experience. That is very important. It is very, very important in Japan. Experience counts a lot, and I think it is not only in Japan that we talk about experience. If you have experience in teaching, it must not be in Japan, maybe in your home country, in other country. At least you have an upper hand more than somebody who doesn't have experience, because you know how to handle kids, how to handle students. You have the experience, so you will not be like a newcomer that is still coming to learn. So if you have experience in teaching English, you have an upper hand for you to be employed in Japan as an English teacher. Let's continue. The next requirement: can speak basic Japanese. It is very, very important. Yeah. You must not know like the hard Japanese, but the basic, like maybe good morning, good afternoon, hello, excuse me. Those are the basic Japanese before you can be employed to teach English in Japan. At least you must know the basic, because there are certain things you might be trying to explain or call in class that the children might not be able to understand, or this next teacher that is supposed to explain to them might not know. But if you know the basic, you can easily explain, or you can even hold an object and they can easily understand. So it is very important, if you are applying for an English teaching job in Japan, for you to know the basic level of Japanese. It's very, very important. And there is one more: if you are living in Japan and you are applying for an English teaching job, you must have a valid residence card. What do I mean by a valid residence card? You must have a residence card that still allows you to work, that still give you a stay. Like, you cannot apply for a job whereas you don't have a stay in that country, whereas your visa doesn't permit you to teach, because there are other type of visa people have. Your visa must be like related to the job you are looking for, or you might be able to change it. You must have a stay. Your visa must accept that you should work, because maybe you come as a tourist, maybe your visa doesn't allow you to work, except you go to the immigration and take maybe working permit or whatsoever. So your visa must allow you to work before you can be employed. You must have a stay. You must not, like, your visa, you cannot have a residence card that is maybe has expired and you are looking for a job. You must have a stay. That is one of the requirements. So in today's video, I have outlined about 4 or 5 requirements for you to be employed as an English teacher in Japan. Requirements and qualification before you can be eligible, or you can be employed as an English teacher. I talked about being a native speaker or have at least 12-year experience of have studied in English for at least 12 years. I talked about the age limit. I talked about your residence card being valid and being allowed for you to look for a teaching job. There are other requirements, but those are the basic requirements you need before you can be those are the basic requirements and qualification for you to teach English in Japan. I'll be making more videos because we are coming to the end of the academic year in Japan, and from April the new academic year will start. And I know a lot of people are interested in teaching English in Japan, and maybe they don't have the right information. But I know with this I'll be updating you more and more. In my next video, we'll talk about some companies that you can apply for English teaching job, and maybe the dressing code for an interview. I just decided to just make this very fast to drop it, because I know it will be of help to a lot of people. If you have been watching this video right up to this end, I think you are supposed to give it a thumb up. Give it a thumb up and drop your comment, and follow me on Berry Talk Show Japan on my YouTube for more updating and for more videos concerning Japan. Thank you all for your love and support. See you all. God bless you. Bye bye.